I'm Deborah Rodriguez in New York. Locals are stunned at the snow, lightning, and thunder pelting Buffalo. Forecasters say heavy lake effect weather could dump a historic 6 feet by Sunday. WIVB TV's Hope Winter is in the thick of it.
As the storm rolls into western New York, we're here in Cheektowaga, New York, where they've received just more than a foot of snow overnight. Erie County has issued a travel ban for the entire county. That means many schools, businesses, and offices are closing today and into the weekend.
Elon Musk is reportedly pleading with key workers to stay after a mass exodus ahead of yesterday's deadline to commit to working hardcore or quit. Melissa Engel was let go from her job as a senior data scientist in San Francisco.
It's extremely chaotic and the morale is extremely low. Both the full-time employees and the contractors were not told they were fired. They were simply logged out of the system. And that is sort of indicative of the level of respect the new ownership is giving to the present employees.
The company's offices are reportedly closed until Monday. The Biden administration is expected to ask the Supreme Court to reinstate its student loan forgiveness program.
The plan is in legal limbo right now, and if nothing budges, already financially strapped Americans will be struggling even more.
The loan repayment plans restart on January 1st. Millions of Americans will get billed for a debt the president has promised would be canceled.
Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
They believe that it's imperative that there be immediate action to allow the forgiveness program to go forward.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
North Korea fired an intercontinental ballistic missile today with the potential to reach all of the U.S. mainland. It did not, instead landing in waters near Japan. Vice President Harris spoke from an economic summit in Bangkok.
This conduct by North Korea most recently is a brazen violation of multiple UN security resolutions.
Democrats in Congress are making way for a new crop of leaders. 82-year-old Nancy Pelosi's announced she's stepping down as Speaker, clearing a path for lawmakers like Democratic Caucus Chair Hakeem Jeffries, who's expected to announce his bid to replace her. 83-year-old House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer stepping aside, too.
Well, I think it's always good for a party to have new blood and new invigoration, enthusiasm, and new ideas.
More people are arming themselves, just in case. New study from the University of Washington finds the number of adults carrying loaded handguns every day doubled from 2015 to 2019. This is CBS News.
Dell Technologies Black Friday starts now with up to 50% off select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Call 877-ASK-DELL.
Dell Technologies Black Friday event has arrived with select deals on top tech to power business productivity. The savings start now with up to 50% off select performance business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, including free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Black Friday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Qatar, here we come.
Christian's travel agency has one goal.
Talk to you soon.
The world's biggest soccer tourney.
The hotel is 7 miles from the stadium. Are you serious? Did you email the transportation company?
Now he needs an Arabic interpreter on his roster.
I don't speak it either.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The oldest tennis tournament in the world is relaxing its dress code for women.
For the first time ever, Wimbledon will allow women to wear solid, dark-colored underwear under shorts or skirts to feel more comfortable while playing on their periods. Up until now, its all-white dress code was one of the best-known features of the Grand Slam tournament, but the All England Club says it updated the rule following criticism from athletes and advocacy groups. It now says it wants players to focus purely on their performance by relieving a potential source of anxiety. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Buy Tyson Foods ground beef. Check your refrigerator or freezer. Company's recalling 94,000 pounds of meat because it may be contaminated with hard mirror-like material. The products in question were produced at a Tyson plant in Amarillo, Texas on November 2nd, sent to retailers in 4 states and sold under the Hill Country Fare brand. So far, no reports of injuries. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Andy's been suffering from toe fungus for years.
I tried every drugstore product, prescriptions from my doctor, nothing worked.
And then he discovered Crystal Flush.
After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone.
The secret, its non-prescription serum contains the maximum strength FDA-approved ingredient, and the unique capsule helps balance the body's natural defense to fungus.
This has changed everything.
Crystal Flush is not available in stores, but for a limited time, you can try it risk-free for 30 days. Visit crystalflush.com now. That's CRYSTAL Flush.com. Or call 800-304-2925.
Qatar, here we come.
Christian's travel agency has one goal.
Talk to you soon.
The world's biggest soccer tourney.
The hotel is 7 miles from the stadium. Are you serious? Did you email the transportation company?
Now he needs an Arabic interpreter on his roster.
I don't speak it either.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking to buy a home? Look to the mortgage professionals at U.S. Bank. Amy Stafford, mortgage lender for the Barron County market, knows buying a home can be a scary process. She has the experience to help you decide how much home you can afford, whether a conventional fixed or adjustable rate loan or FHA or VA may fit your situation. Call Amy at 659-3200. She'll take the time necessary to answer all of your questions. You'll feel good about choosing U.S. Bank to partner with in purchasing your first or your next home. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Have you heard about the new online home for the Glasgow EPB? Well, it isn't just a new-looking website. It's a whole new way to manage your Glasgow EPB services. At the all-new GlasgowEPB.com, you can take care of paying your bill online like always, but you can also request or transfer your Glasgow EPB services, access customer support guides, easily sign up for GEPB alerts, and learn about all available products and programs. So check it out today, GlasgowEPB.com.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning live here from WCLU and the Big Willie. It is exactly 30 degrees. A wee bit on the chilly side out there. We'll look at the forecast in a minute and see where we're headed for the weekend. I'm just going to tell you in advance we're going to be into some teens maybe tonight. But let's send out some warmth in the way of birthdays today. How about Jared, Megan Reeves Graham, Jared Elmore, Anna Lessenberry is turning 17 today. My daughter-in-law, Dr. Elizabeth Combs Royce, has a big birthday today. Laura Harris, Shane Vaughn, and we've got Rose and Clifton Smith. The Smiths have their 32nd wedding coming up today. How about that? I'm looking at the weekend. We got a bunch for the weekend that has come in. Y'all just keep on sending them in, too. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online, we're here at WCLUradio.com. We can handle that, so get ready for it here at WCLU. And we got a birthday cake to give away from Dairy Queen a bit later on this morning, and also a beautiful rose from Greer's Florist. Going to be given away to somebody, too, so make yourself a note to give us a call here during Good Morning Live. 30 degrees, WCLU. The forecast center says it's a sunny day and a high of 39. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 19 degrees. A sunny day on Saturday, high temperature of 42. But now I'll tell you, the winds are going to gust up to 21 miles an hour tomorrow. We'll see about that. I don't want to be standing out there in the middle of the road when that happens, for sure. Saturday night, mostly clear, low of 18. And then on Sunday, a sunny day and a high up to 37 degrees. It's nice and quiet on the constant coverage and studio radar screen at this hour. The barometer is at 30.30, 70% humidity. Southwest winds at 4 miles an hour. And an empty rain bucket this morning, 30 degrees. Jordan Smith is in the newsroom with the live and local 6 o'clock morning edition when we continue.
Injuries and illnesses that require
immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
This is Jordan Smith for WCLU, here with all of your local news stories. Payouts will soon head to certain healthcare workers who applied for premium payments across Barron County. With more on this story, here is WCLU News Director Brennan Crane.
Magistrates of the Barron Fiscal Court approved Thursday in a special meeting payments for 458 local health care workers to receive $950 each. Contracts expected to be sent to 44 different employers. They were also approved.
And as soon as they sign them and get them back, the checks can be issued.
That's Krista Steenbergen, who's a grant consultant to the Fiscal Court. Magistrates agreed to put forth $1 million toward the local health care sector from funding provided to the county through the American Rescue Plan Act. An initial round of payments, they went to a handful of healthcare workers earlier this year, but this summer it reopened the application process since many did not receive those payouts. Steenbergen says over 900 names have accrued on a spreadsheet since the application reopened back in August. Of those, 458 have been approved for premium pay. That application process, it closed October 11th.
We don't want it just sitting out there forever and ever. We want it to do the good that it's supposed to do. So they may put a deadline on that. I'm not sure.
Now, because the premium payments are subject to payroll taxes, healthcare employers, they will receive a lump sum of the money from the county government to then distribute to their employees eligible for the payouts. Contracts, they've been drafted for each of the 44 employers whose employees submitted applications. Those contracts, they were expected to be given to employees as soon as Thursday afternoon and will require employers to agree to use that money that the county gives them to pay those employees eligible for the payouts. A list it'll be provided to employers so they know which employees are supposed to receive the money. Those payouts, they could be applied to individual checks as soon as the last pay period of the year. In Glasgow, I'm Brennan Crane for WCLU Local News.
Employees of pharmacies, doctors' offices, assisted and long-term care facilities, urgent care offices, among others, are expected to receive a cut of this money. In other news, a Barron County woman has been arrested on drug-related charges. On Wednesday, an officer with the Glasgow Police Department observed a white Ford F-150 traveling on Louisville Road with its license plate not illuminated. According to a police report, the officer initiated a traffic stop and confirmed the driver had an active warrant for her arrest. After the driver gave verbal consent to search the vehicle, the officer would locate a glass pipe containing suspected methamphetamine. Sierra Jesse would be placed under arrest and lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Along with her active warrant, Jesse is also charged with her rear license plate not being illuminated, failure of license, failure to produce an insurance card, and first-degree possession of a controlled substance. And for those like me who are already getting into the Christmas spirit, why not come out to light up Cave City on Broadway and 2nd Street from 4 to 6 p.m. tonight and experience some early holiday cheer. There will be face paintings available along with Christmas vendors, caroling, carriage rides, cookies, and hot chocolate will also be on hand for everyone to enjoy. A chili supper will be provided by the Caverna High School Key Club, and elementary school students will have the opportunity to hand-deliver their wish list to Santa Claus. You might even have an opportunity to ride with Father Christmas in the upcoming parade. Once again, this will take place in Cave City beginning at 4 p.m. today. Just be sure to leave all the Grinches and Scrooges at home. This has been Jordan Smith for WCLU. Stay tuned for more news from around the Commonwealth coming up after this.
here at Hurt Auto Sales, Bobby Lee Hurt. You know, everybody says, well, you can't find cars, and cars are too high. And I say, you've been looking in the wrong place, because Hurt Auto's got the cars, and they got them at the price you want to pay.
That's right, Henry. We just got some in. A 2018 Nissan Rogue, all-wheel drive, nice size SUV, 16.9. 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan. It has a DVD player, lots of room, only $9,900. 2013 Cadillac ATS, four-door sedan, local trade, red with tan leather, sunroof, low miles, price for just $16,900.
Pretty one, too.
Yes, it is. Got an 07 Ford Sport Track, extra clean, four-door truck, price to sell at $8,900.
That sounds like something to be fun to drive.
It is fun to drive, and a fine-looking automobile.
Hurt Auto Sales, they've got what you're looking for, because they spend their days looking for what you're looking for next. Come up and let 2 and 2 hook up here at Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street. What a great selection.
No pain when you trade with Hurt.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
The funeral services at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home are as unique and distinct as the individuals we serve. A funeral can reflect the hobbies, passions, and special interests of the one being remembered. We work hard to make each service as memorable and meaningful as possible, but we can only do it with your help. We can help you arrange a funeral that will express who you really are. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home in Glasgow, serving all with dignity and respect since 1899.
This is Jordan Smith for WCLU, here with more news from around the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Officials say Kentucky's lawyer disciplinary system will be reviewed next month by an American Bar Association committee. The Kentucky Supreme Court and the Kentucky Bar Association said in a joint statement that they requested the review in an effort to create more efficiency, ensure due process, and protect both the public and the integrity of the legal profession. The review in December will evaluate the current system, and a report with any recommended changes will be submitted to the Supreme Court next spring. The statement said the last significant changes to the lawyer disciplinary system were made about 20 years ago. In other news, the superintendent of Cumberland Gap National Historical Park has been named to the same post at New River Gorge National Park and Preserve in West Virginia. The New River Gorge announced that Charles Sellers will also manage Gauley River National Recreation Area and Bluestone National Scenic River in southern West Virginia. Sellers said he looks forward to the new role, which he's expected to begin after the new year. Sellers previously was superintendent of Andersonville National Historic Site. He also had roles at Tennessee's Fort Donelson National Battlefield and National Cemetery, as well as Big Fork National River and Recreation Area and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky has been reelected as Republican leader, quashing a challenge from Senator Rick Scott of Florida. Scott was the Senate GOP campaign chief, and he has been criticized over his party's midterm election failures. Republican senators reelected McConnell on Wednesday by a vote of 37-10, with one other senator voting present. After the vote, McConnell said he's, quote, proud to be reelected. He's poised to become the longest-serving leader when the new Congress convenes in the new year. Scott's challenge came amid fallout from the midterms when Republicans failed to take the Senate majority. And finally, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says he's confident he's on solid legal ground in allowing Kentuckians suffering from severe conditions to legally possess medical marijuana. The Democratic governor on Thursday defended that as a viable alternative to addictive medications in a state ravaged by the opioid crisis. Beshear's comments followed a backlash from prominent Republicans. They say Beshear overstepped his legal authority with the executive order he signed on Tuesday. The order will enable Kentucky residents to possess up to 8 ounces of medical marijuana for use for specified medical conditions, provided the cannabis is purchased legally in other states. This has been Jordan Smith for WCLU News.
Hey, this is Chef Danny with the Fine Arts Bistro, located on the square in downtown Glasgow, Kentucky. We are open for breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Saturday brunch from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Our well-rounded menu has something for everyone. Omelets to biscuits, and homemade sausage gravy. We have creative and delicious sandwiches to crisp and refreshing salads. Fine Arts Bistro uses local ingredients, homemade recipes, and has a seasonal menu to make sure its dishes are new and exciting. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram to find out more about the Fine Arts Bistro.
News, weather, sports, and more. Weekdays on Good Morning Live and Local on WCLU at WCLUradio.com and Facebook.
Protect your investment in your clothes and your image by having your clothes professionally dry cleaned at Key Cleaners in Glasgow. The Catron family has years of experience in caring for the most delicate of garments, as well as drapes and sheers, spreads and comforters, with convenient hours of 6:45 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and Saturday 8 till 1. Key 1-hour cleaners, Happy Valley Road, Glasgow, where we accept Visa and MasterCard.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. Well, for 20 years, it's what we've been doing with the drug epidemic, putting people in jail. It's not working. We got to try something new.
That's Madison County Judge Executive Reagan Taylor explaining to WKYT-TV why he's looking forward to his county's participation in a new behavioral pilot program for certain people committing crimes. A Justice Department report shows 37% of those in prison have a history of mental illness. Taylor says jails aren't built as rehab facilities. 11 Kentucky counties in total are part of the program, which has strict guidelines as to which persons will receive behavioral health treatment instead of prison time. Members of Kentucky's House Majority Caucus have selected their leadership team.
Members of the 2023 House Majority Caucus met at the Capitol to elect a team that will lead the chamber's efforts for the next 2 years. House Speaker David Osborne, Speaker Pro Tem David Meade, House Majority Floor Leader Stephen Rudy, and House Caucus Chair Suzanne Miles will all continue in their roles. Joining the leadership team is Representative Jason Nemes of Louisville, who will serve as Majority Whip. In a statement, Speaker Osborne said the team will, quote, build on what we've accomplished since being given the majority in 2016. I'm Haley Hansen.
A Keeneland art auction could set a new record. The 10th annual Keeneland Sporting Art Auction is taking place today, and some enthusiasts have their eyes on one painting in particular. Going Out Epsom was painted by British artist Sir Alfred Munnings. Going Out Epsom is expected to be sold at a price of $3 to $5 million, but it could put the record at risk when bidding gets underway. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123, 800-631-9123.
In my family, I'm the planner. From the weekly grocery list to the family vacation
vacation, everything, all the details. Though planning for the end was something I left off my list. Then a friend told me about South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow. She said even though it wasn't on her to-do list, seeing them was one of the best planning decisions she'd ever made. South Central Kentucky Monuments showed her the different options they have available, even an image of the finished monument. And since South Central Kentucky Monuments does all the stone carving in-house, it cost much less than she expected. They made the process easy to create the exact memorials she wanted. So my husband and I made a plan to see them. We are so happy with our decision. We encouraged our family and friends to do the same. It'll be the best planning decision you ever make.
Buy direct and save money at South Central Kentucky Monuments at the corner of East Front Street and Columbia Avenue. Family owned in Glasgow since 2010.
When we lost Frank, we lost a good friend. Father, husband, colleague, and coach. He meant a lot to all of us. Today, we had a chance to tell him that.
When someone close to you passes on, you want to commemorate their life in a special way. That's why individual requests are such an important part of our funeral services. We strive to meet your specific needs for the most fitting service for your loved ones. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
You're listening to Good Morning Live on WCLU at 25 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour and a nippy 30-degree temperature reading this morning. In area funeral announcements this hour, William Kenneth Staples, 81, of Glasgow, died Wednesday at the Shanti Niketan Hospice Home with his family by his side. He was a member of the Greater Vision Baptist Church, a 32nd-degree Mason, and a Shriner. Kenneth was a retired farmer who worked in the tobacco warehouse for 50-plus years, and he was a painter. He loved fishing, was an avid hunter, and golfer. He was a family man and a friend to all. Kenneth is survived by his wife of 58 years, Betty Kinslow Staples, 2 daughters, Kim Forbes and Leanne Terry, 2 granddaughters, Taylor Copas and Lindsay Beck, 5 great-grandchildren, Cecily Copas, Jax Copas, Cash Copas, Waylon Haynes, and River Beck, a brother, Tommy Staples Sr. Funeral services for William Kenneth Staples will be Tuesday at 3 at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. Carrie Jo Sellner, age 62, of Edmonton, died Tuesday. Carrie Jo was a truck driver and of the Christian faith. She traveled all over the U.S. and even parts of Canada. She is survived by her husband, David Sellner, 2 children, Heather Slater of Edmonton and Herbert Slater Jr. of Cleveland, Georgia, 11 grandchildren, Tony, Alexis, James, Cecil, Jared, Herbert III, Tanner, Casey, Jade, Katie, and Nathaniel, and 3 great-grandchildren, along with 3 sisters, Brenda Grewell of South Carolina, Cindy Kidwell of Florida, and Anita Wells. 2 half-brothers, Jeff and Eddie Donaldson. The service for Carrie Jo Sellner will be Saturday at 2 at Butler Funeral Home. Burial in the Slater Family Cemetery. Visitation begins at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Doris Jane Davis, age 89, of Mammoth Cave, died Wednesday. She was a member of the Union Light Missionary Baptist Church. She was married for 64 years to her best friend and caregiver, Roy Neal Davis. Besides her husband, Roy Neal, she leaves to honor her memory several nephews and nieces. The service for Doris Jane Davis will be at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Union Light Missionary Baptist Church, interment in the church cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 o'clock this afternoon at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel, and then after 10 o'clock Saturday morning at the church. Memorials can be made to the Union Light Church Cemetery Fund. Mary Lou England, age 76, of Gamaliel, died Wednesday. She is survived by her husband of 55 years, Harlan England, 2 daughters, Jennifer Crabtree and husband, Dr. Greg of Tompkinsville, and Donna Elmore and husband, Jason of Glasgow. 2 granddaughters, Michaela Turner and Macy Elmore. 2 sisters, Cleva Turner and husband, Larry of Tompkinsville, and Linda Brown and husband, Larry of Hendersonville, Tennessee. 2 brothers, Frankie Gold and wife, Janelle of Gamaliel, and Jimmy Gold of Nashville. The service for Mary Lou England will be Saturday at 1 at the Oakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burial in the Gamaliel Cemetery. Visitation begins at 4 o'clock today. Donations in Mary Lou's memory are suggested to the Gamaliel Cemetery Fund. Haskell Ray Hack Jameson, age 77, of Cave City, died Wednesday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. He graduated from Park City High School in 1963 and was the owner and operator of C&J Auto Sales. And after retiring, he worked part-time for Wyatt Distributing at Walmart. He was a member of the Cave City Baptist Church, and he enjoyed fishing with his buddies, Jackie Coop and Cameron Atwell. He is survived by his wife of 58 years, Sandy Jameson, a daughter, Gina Jameson of Cave City, one grandson, Kaylin Bailey, one sister, Diane Stewart, and her husband, Barry, one sister-in-law, Diane Crabtree. The funeral service for Haskell Ray Hack Jameson will be at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon at the Cave City Baptist Church. Burial in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation is from 2 until 8 today at the Bob Hunt Funeral Chapel and after 9 o'clock on Saturday morning at the church. Mildred Jean Bailey, age 79, of Glasgow, died Wednesday at Barron County Nursing and Rehab. She was a homemaker and a member of the Munfordville Jehovah's Witnesses, and she was baptized as a Jehovah's Witness in October of 1975. She is survived by two daughters, Judy Deemers of Munfordville and Diana Williams Danielson of Connecticut. Four grandchildren, Justin, Nicholas, Cody, and Chelsea. Cremation has been chosen by the family of Mildred Jean Bailey, with the Brooks Funeral Home in charge. Edna Mae Billingsley, age 90, of Bowling Green, died Tuesday. She was the daughter of the late B.T. and Elsie Spencer and O.D. and Edna Vibert. Edna was a member of the Greenwood Park Church of Christ, a beloved Christian woman with a deep spiritual faith in the Lord. Edna is survived by her husband of 69 years, George Billingsley, with their three children, Cynthia, Hulsey, and Barry Billingsley, along with Denise Russell. 7 grandchildren, Seth Hulsey, Adam Billingsley, Shelby Clayton, Will Billingsley, Spencer Russell, Bryce Russell, and Jake Russell. And 3 great-granddaughters, Eloise and Quinn Clayton, and Mackie Billingsley, and a sister, Brenda Kurt of Glasgow. The service for Edna Billingsley will be at 4 o'clock Sunday at the Cone Funeral Home. Visitation with the family will begin at noon until 4. A graveside service and burial will be held on Monday at 11 a.m. at the Lick Branch Cemetery here in Barron County. Expressions of sympathy can be made to any charity that touches your heart. Samuel Bragg Judd, age 74, of Cave City, died Wednesday. Samuel worked for the Swift & Company in Louisville as a packager and was a proud U.S. Army veteran. He fought in Vietnam and was of the Baptist faith. Survivors include his girlfriend, Carolyn Pointer Judd, one brother, Charles Judd Jr., and several nieces and nephews. A graveside service for Samuel Judd will be held at 1 o'clock Monday at the Cave City Cemetery under the direction of the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Mrs. Norma Jeanette Riddle, age 88, of Indianapolis, died Wednesday at the Medical Center in Bowling Green. She is survived by her children, Sherry Friley of Indiana, Sandra Lee Riddle of Florida, and Thomas Baker Riddle of Indiana, a sister, Ruby Nell Sewell, 11 grandchildren, 11 great-grandchildren. The funeral service for Norma Riddle will be private. Visitation will be Saturday from 11:30 until 1, with burial to follow. The Norris New Funeral Home in Burkesville is in charge of those arrangements. Services for Raymond Odell Pointer, 65, of Haywood, will be Monday at 11 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial in the Shiloh Cemetery. Visitation begins at 8 p.m. Visitation is from 4 until 8 p.m. on Sunday, and then Monday until the funeral hour. Memorial services for Betty Lou Johnson, 84, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock Sunday at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Visitation begins at noon Sunday. Memorial service for Danny Lewis Stevenson, 73, of Edmonton, will be at 1 o'clock Saturday at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, with cremation to follow. Visitation begins Saturday morning at 11. Service for Wallace Ann Spencer Houchin, 77, of Glasgow, will be Saturday at 11 at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial in the Cedar Cross Missionary Baptist Church Cemetery in Allen County. Visitation begins today at noon. Funeral services for Irene Phillips Smith, 83, of Park City, will be at 1 o'clock today at the Patton Funeral Home's Park City Chapel. Services for Donna Gale Allen, 66, of Burkesville, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Norris New Funeral Home. Funeral services for Richard Dale Sneed, age 67, of Smiths Grove, will be at 11 o'clock today at the Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Following the service, his wishes to be cremated will be honored. Service for Clara Kurtz, 27, of Munfordville, will be at 9:30 this morning at the residence of Jacob and Catherine Kurtz at 2117 Logsdon Valley Road in Munfordville. Burial to follow in the Logsdon Valley Cemetery. The Seago Funeral Home is assisting the family. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU app. No login is necessary.
The traditional Christmas open house at Jeff's Country Florists and Gifts continues with a big Christmas celebration November 18th and 19th. Stop in, be jolly, and say hi. Also bring your camera for free pictures with Santa from 1 to 3 on the 19th. Enjoy refreshments and 30% off the entire store both days, Friday, November 18th, 9 to 7, and Saturday, November 19th, 9 to 3 at Jeff's Country Florist and Gifts, 4911 Scottsville Road in Glasgow.
In a perfect world, tree limbs never fall on roofs during storms. Deer look both ways before crossing the road. And water pipes don't burst while you're on vacation. But for those times when life is less than perfect, Kentuckians turn to Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, a company perfectly suited to getting your world back to okay. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Come see me, Joe Myers, at 106 Reynolds Road in Glasgow, or call me at 670-3093.
6:35 Friday morning, 30 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. Exciting football in the area tonight. Several teams are still alive in the third round of the high school football playoffs, including the Metcalfe County Hornets. That's right. Metcalfe County Metcalfe County will play in the state in the Class 2A as they travel to Mayfield tonight. In Class 4A, Warren East hosts Franklin County, and in Class 5A, Bowling Green welcomes South Oldham. That's Bowling Green welcomes South Oldham. Get those teams and locations right. Exciting times, playoff football coming up here tonight. And that's a check of sports.
I'm Mark Dorenkamp with Brownfield Ag News headlines. Looking ahead to today's Cattle on Feed report, a livestock economist says he's focused on one thing. Scott Brown with the University of Missouri says that's placements.
Are we going to really start seeing the hole that we started to see out of that last report? Will that continue?
He says it sets the stage for what will be seen in mid-2023.
Could help us decide where prices go.
The numbers are out at 2 o'clock Central. More news next on Brownfield.
Hello, everyone. This is Joe and Rachel Dotson from Best One Tire in Glasgow.
We wanted to personally thank you for supporting our tire and repair business at 100 Shawn Lane.
Many of our customers come to us for ag and truck tire, but did you know we are capable of serving any size car or pickup?
With over 300 stores behind us, our buying power means we can pass on to you the very best pricing in our area.
We have many tires and tubes in stock, and we can do alignments on just about anything that rolls.
I was raised in Metcalfe County. After being away for a few years, Joe and I brought our family back to the area, and nothing brings us greater pleasure than servicing our neighbors when they are broke down in the field or on the road. We are here for you. We want to help you by taking the stress out of buying your next tires. We will work with any budget, anytime.
Come in and find out why we are the fastest growing tire company in Glasgow. We love this business. We love this town. Pretty soon you will be coming to our new store out on Highway 90 right here in Glasgow.
Best One Tire and Service, creating one Raving fan at a time.
Farmers wrapping up harvest are encouraged to scout for soybean cyst nematode. Nick Tinsley with BASF says fall is the best time to sample fields.
To try and get a handle on what populations are like.
He tells Brownfield the amount of pressure should determine next steps.
Crop rotation, certainly that's an excellent option, especially for populations that are very high. But there is a limit to how effective that can be because some of these nematodes do survive through a year of corn.
And the USDA continues to announce grants that will help expand processing capacity in the U.S. Eastern Nebraska cattle producer Bill Armbruster says grants like these help him and other farmers get a better price for their cattle.
It all trickles down to us through the feedlot. Our feedlot partners do what they need to do, to survive. And so if they get damaged, which they were damaged during COVID rather badly, if they get damaged, that just damages us as well because they're out there buying our calves.
Mark Dorenkamp, Brownfield.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
Attention home buyers and homeowners. If you're shopping for a mortgage or considering refinancing your home, call one of Kentucky's top mortgage lenders, South Central Bank. Recognized as the area's best mortgage company, they're ready to help you walk through the borrowing process, step by step, with experienced lenders and a full range of loan solutions that suit your budget. South Central Bank can help make your dreams become reality. Contact them today. You can even apply online at southcentralbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, we're waking up with a nippy old 30-degree temperature reading today, and I'm going to tell you this time tomorrow morning it'll be a lot colder. But hey, let's take it one day at a time, shall we? A sunny day today. The sun should get us up to 39 for the high. Partly cloudy tonight. We should drop to 19 for the low temperature. Now then on Saturday, it's kind of a bittersweet. It's going to warm up to 42 tomorrow, but the winds are going to blow as high as 21 miles an hour, which will nip it in the bud once again. For Saturday night, clear and 18 degrees. And then Sunday, sunny, not quite as warm. We're going to climb to 37 degrees. So the calendar and the thermometer and the weather forecast are all kind of agreeing here for a day or two, I guess. Barometers at 30, humidity at 70%, southwest winds at 4 miles an hour, and here we are at 30 degrees. WCLU weather brought to you by your friends located at South Central Bank.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Boy, I got a bunch of birthdays to share with you. Listen up, because I bet you know a bunch of these folks who are celebrating today on this, the 18th day of November. We've got Jerry Rutledge on the birthday list, Megan Reeves Graham, Jared Elmore, Anna Lessenberry. Anna is 17 today. My daughter-in-law, Dr. Elizabeth Combs Royce, is having a big birthday today. Laura Harris has a birthday, too. That's Laura Worthington Harris. I forgot to put that maiden name in there. We have Shane Vaughn, who is on the birthday club today, too. Anniversary couples, my goodness, has it been 22 years? A very nice couple, Jimmy and Ann Phelps. The Phelps 22nd wedding anniversary is today. Also, we have Rose and Clifton Smith. The Smiths, number 32 today on their anniversary. A big congratulations. But that's not all, because we turn the page and look at who's celebrating on Saturday. We know that Miss Grace Watkins, a very sweet lady, is turning 94 on Saturday. Jordan Jewell, Tommy Ross, Ben Jesse. It's number 53 for Ben Kemplin. We have Peggy Edmonds having a birthday. Gary Edmonds has a birthday, too, on Saturday. Glenn Barrick, Christy Bunch, Dean Barrick has a birthday on Sunday. It's all birthdays. I'm sorry, that's Saturday. That's Dean Barrick all on Saturday. No anniversaries as of yet for Saturday. But we also have a lot of nice folks on Sunday. I guess I was saying that a little bit fast, but Sunday, Albert Dilley and Julia Curd. Clayton Jones is going to be 14. Carolyn Deckard is going to be 78. We have a couple of first cousins born on the same day. This is pretty neat. Shyla Houchins is going to be 16 Sunday, and Shyla's first cousin, Braden Houchins, is going to be 16 on Sunday. I bet they've been celebrating just about every birthday together for the Houchinses there. How about that? Wait a minute. Trying to get the birthday club liner back in here. Now, let me take care of those two 16-year-olds, Shyla Houchins and Braden Houchins, and then let me tell you about Jackson Shirley. That's right. Jackson Shirley is 3 on Sunday. Emily Jesse, Dennis Bull, and Mary Hall Goodman all celebrate on Sunday. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. And online, we're here for you at WCLUradio.com. By special request, it is Gary Edmonds' Day on the radio. He's a good fella, and he's got a birthday tomorrow. So if you happen to see Gary Edmonds around today, pat him on the back. Remind him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU. And a little taste of Texas, where regardless of the celebration, it's the place to celebrate, and you can celebrate the Texas way.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard switching to Medi-Share to pay for health care can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medi-Share works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 844-53-BIBLE. That's 844-53-BIBLE. 844-53-BIBLE.
Good morning, live on WCLU and the Big Willie, 30 degrees. Coming up this afternoon from 4 until 6, it's the Light Up Cave City event. It's going to be on Broadway and 2nd Street from 4 until 6. A chili supper is going to happen tonight. Carriage rides tonight, as well as, let's see, what else do we have coming up? We got pictures with Santa Claus and a whole lot more. So come on and celebrate. And Cave City as it lighten it up here tonight. Then this cold, a night where the forecast low is 19 degrees. Let me remind you of this important event coming up tomorrow. The Avenue Church having and hosting a children's coat giveaway tomorrow from 9 until noon. Area children 3 through high school receive a free coat, hat, gloves, and scarf just in time, I might say. And the signs will be posted out there upon entering. The church is right there at 315 Columbia Avenue in Glasgow. Wonderful gesture by the Avenue Church for sure. I have a feeling Jordan's writing down some more birthdays for us because the phones are ringing right good here this morning. But we'll let Jordan take care of that. I'll take care of getting Sam Terry on the air. Yes, it's time for the Archives, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
When there's work to be done, you get to it. And Joseph A. Wade Incorporated is here to help. They repair and make hydraulic hoses and repair hydraulic cylinders. If there's a problem, the Joseph A. Wade hydraulic team will help you find a solution. They're also a distributor for Croyle products. Plus, black and orange nitrile gloves are back in stock. Locally owned and operated, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated. Here to help since 1985. Located in the curve of Industrial Drive in Glasgow.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Boy, I'm writing down birthdays. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm writing down birthdays and anniversaries, and I got to get Sam Terry on the phone right here, too. Jordan, will you get Sam on the phone while I add these birthdays here? I need to tell you, first of all, about Mr. Leslie Wilson. He's a good fellow. He and I went to school together pretty much our entire lives. Leslie has a birthday on Sunday, and I know that that's going to be a nice celebration, too. Now, we also need to tell you about a wedding anniversary on Saturday. It is a very nice couple. It is Larry and Virginia Settle. Tomorrow, celebrating a golden, I do mean a golden, wedding anniversary. So looking forward to that, and glad to have those folks in there. Keep them coming. We'll get it together here this morning. It's chilly, but we're the pace is making us warm up pretty quick.
A message from the South Green Street Church of Christ.
If you're a sinner like I am, I would like for you to take a few moments with me and pause and reflect upon the amazing sacrifice that our Savior Jesus, Prophet Isaiah in chapter 53, beginning at verse 4, says this, "Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we've turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all." How thankful we're to be to our Savior and King Jesus. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Thank you. South Green Street Church of Christ, 306 South Green Street in Glasgow, 270-651-5409.
It's the Archives. We are on the airwaves this morning on WCLU. The good folks at Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services sponsor the Archives, and we do enjoy you joining us, and we do enjoy Sam Terry here with the color commentary. How you doing this morning, Sam?
I'm well. How are you today, Henry?
I'm just enjoying 30 degrees and enjoying everybody is up in a good mood. I just like the whole part of this thing right here, sir. So I think that what we ought to do is, we've been busy, lots of news, lots of information, lots of birthdays, lots of weekend happenings. Now it's time to say there's lots of archive news. Would you agree with that, sir?
I do.
Well, how about 100 years ago? This story in the Glasgow Times, and this is a pretty strong headline for 100 years ago. It reads as follows, Sam. It's a necessity that Barron County farmers raise their living. Well, I'd read that story, wouldn't you? Sure. It says here, through the efforts of the businessmen of Cave City cooperating with the county agent, the College of Agriculture will conduct a 2-day short course. The program is such that it will interest not only the farmer, but his wife and children as well. There's so much of value that those who fail to attend will be the losers. This country needs more dairy cows, more hogs, more poultry. Many do not know how to handle them at a profit. Poor community life has driven numbers of boys and girls from the farms. Some things will be learned that will enable the farm men and women to make farm and home life more attractive to young people and will go far toward keeping the children on the farm. City life is becoming strenuous, and the happiest man or woman is one who enjoys a rural life. I think we subscribe to that fact around here, don't we, Sam Terry?
I agree completely.
And, you know, they were like, had these, the county agent and the UK Agriculture School saying, look, here's how you can make profit in farming. And I'm sure there was probably some very, I guess, groundbreaking information when they had those classes there back in 1922. Can you believe?
Without a doubt. The University of Kentucky College of Agriculture and the Extension Service that spread out throughout every county in Kentucky has meant so much to all Kentuckians,
right,
and has improved our quality of life.
I would say it was a big change and certainly a mark of change with that situation that they arranged. Let me jump over here and look at 1932, Sam Terry. We've got news in the Republican from 1932. About 20 members of the newly organized Girl Scout troop is going to undergo the tenderfoot test at a meeting of the troop at the Christian Church this afternoon. They have selected Miss Christine Ford as their captain, Mrs. Stoke Gribble as lieutenant, Mrs. Betsy Powell, Catherine Young, Christine Sperling, and Charlotte Bryant as the patrol leaders. 35 young girls are enrolled as members of the troop. Now, that's a pretty big deal right there in the development of Girl Scouts around here, to have that kind of response to an event like that up at the Christian Church, Sam.
They were off to a good start, it sounds like.
Indeed. Plaza Theater. You know, last night we had the Children's Day, and then this weekend we got things coming at the Plaza. It's a wonderful, wonderful local venue. Well, the Lions Club here is presenting a benefit movie in 1942. That's right, 1942. The Plaza Theater is cooperating with the Lions Club to present their annual benefit movie for the underprivileged children in our rural schools. The program for this year is Abe Lincoln in Illinois, starring Raymond Massey as Lincoln, a historical drama that the entire family will enjoy. Any articles of non-perishable food will be accepted at the Plaza. The morning of the show, 6 years ago, the Lions Club provided about 50 free lunches to underprivileged school children. Today, that number has increased to about 150. Let's all help to make this a big Thanksgiving party for all the needy children of 1942. Yep, we were inspired as a community to help those less fortunate at the time of Thanksgiving. That usually exists year-round, but it's a time when we sort of spotlight that and try to get our act together on things like that. Now, what were you saying, sir?
Well, I was just going to mention that was a long-standing activity at the Plaza Theater. Mm-hmm. The Aspley family generously invited people to come in to see a movie for free if they would bring an item of canned foods. And it was one of our early food drives in our community, and there's some great pictures from the past of huge mounds of canned goods in front of the Plaza Theater lobby that people had contributed to that effort.
That's just do you know where any of those pictures are posted, Sam?
No, but I can find out.
I would love to.
Yeah. Some on We Grew Up in Glasgow.
A lot of those, a lot of pictures associated with the Plaza are very professional photographs that have excellent detail, and I'm sure these pictures that you're talking about have the same detail. 1962, the annual Farm City Week was climaxed Friday night with a banquet held at E.B. Terry School. Highlights of the program, the presentation of awards to 3 men who had done the most to further the ideas behind the Farm City Week observance. And listen to these 3 men. John Robert Miller was cited as the farmer who made the most contributions to better farm and city relations. And I might say until the day he passed away, he was working hard to better farm and city relations and was very successful at that. And I know you would agree on that, Sam. Also, another gentleman who made a difference, Stanley Wilkinson, was named as the businessman who had done the most to further good relations between the city and a rural people. Of course, a well-known banker and just a really nice fellow there. Mr. Stanley Wilkinson was one of those named in 1962. And finally, Dr. W.A. Weldon was honored for his outstanding contribution both as a businessman and a farmer. I don't know who the selection committee was in 1962 for those 3 awards, but they hit it spot on, didn't they, sir?
They certainly did. 3 outstanding gentlemen.
This was the day in this is 1982. We are learning about judges for the K. Bledsoe BMPW Club's Young Careerist Contest. Now, you know, they had that contest, and they had excellent participation, but they needed some good judges. Let me tell you who they got. They got Tamara Brandstetter Martin, Janet Johnson, and Doug Hatchett. Those were the 3 judges for this tough competition, and Mary Lou Miller was chosen as the Young Careerist. and Fran Johnson was the runner-up. So this was a very, certainly a well thought out, and had a lot of participation there in 1982. 1992, this is the news. Two Glasgow high school teachers, Jeanette Burchett and Bernice Brown, gave demonstrations of the school's computer local area network at the business after hours Monday night at the Glasgow Board of Education. The city schools hosted the event as part of their observance of National Education Week. Now, this is 1992. How many changes have happened in the world of computers since 1992? But my goodness, we were on the cutting edge of it with the two excellent instructors, Ms. Jeanette Burchett and Ms. Bernice Brown, giving these computer demonstrations back in 1992. They were still being referred to probably as newfangled inventions back in 1992, you think? But hey, what a great idea for business after hours. Here we are, the schools taking the lead on introducing computers to the community. It's just good thinking there, I tell you. This was the day in 2002 that Lucy Bird Smith Everett is celebrating her 90th birthday, it says here, on November the 24th at Highland Ridge. And I'm sure Miss Lucy Bird Smith Every had a good celebration of that in 2002.
Without a doubt.
And in 2012, a mere 10 years ago, service awards were given by T.J. Sampson, including 45 years of service. Listen to this. 45 years. I've always thought this is one of the most amazing things about the hospital, that people go to work there and they make a career out of it and they invest in their community. 45 years of service for Larry Stell. Also, retirees Michael Barron, Sue Bowles, Colleen Ewing, Sue Gentry, Kathy Gillentine, Dory Hare, Margaret Hurt, also Barbara Pierce, Garfield Reese, Kathy Slaughter, Pat Taylor, and Donnie Thurman. That is the all-star list of healthcare workers in 2012 for the kind of time that they had given to the betterment of our community by being long employees at the hospital. And they all enjoyed going to work every day too, and that was an important part of it. Okay, what else can I say, Sam?
Well, Henry, do you have your 1952 script there?
I don't know. Hang on a second, I'll see.
It's a neat little story.
So did I get two stuck together, did I? Okay, there's 52. Okay, in what I have here is, hang on. I got 52, so hold on just a second. See there? That's why I like for you to check me. Oh, this is the Glasgow Recreation Center sponsoring an appearance in Glasgow on November the 20th of the Carter Sisters. Mother Maybelle, WSM radio and television stars. The entertainers appeared here early in the fall, and some 200 persons were turned away because all the seats were taken. Folk entertainment is a heritage of the Carter Sisters and Mother Maybelle. For Mother Maybelle was a member of the original Carter family, a group which for years was recognized as the very finest in Virginias and Carolinas as far as music goes. They have appeared on all the major radio networks and featured on WSM-TV and are heard regularly at the Grand Ole Opry. And this was in 1952. The Carter Sisters coming to Glasgow, Sam? My goodness. Now, does this story say where they perform? The Recreation Center is sponsoring it, but I wonder where it was.
I'm not sure. It may have been at the Rec Center.
Well, I mean, it could have been. It sounded to me like they needed a big place.
Absolutely. They appeared in Glasgow several times. Yeah. And, always very popular.
They are, certainly that's, you're talking about being in a heritage. If you ever have seen any of their performances or watched old videos of their performances, they certainly are very talented musicians, led by Mother Maybelle. She plays that guitar a certain way where there's a term for it, where she doesn't strum it, she plays it with her thumb and then her finger. And it's really fascinating to watch the way that she played. And her daughters, too, could play and sing. Well, I'm glad you got me caught up on that, Sam, because I just stuck them together there. Thank you for catching that. Mother Maybell would appreciate that too, you know.
Without a doubt.
Get a little PR in there. Okay, that's it for the archives then, sir, and we will try to reconvene on Monday and talk some more about all the things that have made this place special. You want to?
I'll see you then.
Have a good weekend, sir.
You too.
Sam Terry, we're here on behalf of Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. History is made by the hard work that stands the test of time.
Anderson Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection are designed to meet building codes for coastal locations from Maine to Miami, Gainesville to Galveston, and they're on guard even when no one is home. Anderson Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection. The uglier the weather gets, the more beautiful they become.
See the full line of Anderson Windows and Doors at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Anderson Windows. Come home to Anderson.
Little Caesars presents delicious duos like bacon and eggs, spaghetti and meatballs, and of course peanut butter and jelly. Now, Little Caesars brings you a large, hot and ready slices and sticks. A delicious duo featuring 4 slices of pepperoni pizza, together with 8 tasty slices of Italian cheese sticks, plus crazy sauce for only $6. Little Caesars hot and ready slices and sticks is just $6. Available every day when you walk in between 4 and 8 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax. Prices may vary.
All right, Shirley Milam has called me up, and she's a little bit shy, said she gets nervous on the air, but I'm going to tell you, she's a very nice lady. Shirley Milam is going to tell us about the family connections here to Mother Maybell. Shirley, you just kind of called up. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, now Mother Maybell has family here.
Okay.
And there was a couple that I always called Uncle Dallas and Aunt Sarah.
Okay.
And somehow we're kin to them. And I'm trying to think how my aunt and uncle, I think it was Mother I can't remember. But I know on our family tree, it's got them on it, and also Johnny Cash.
Well, see there, he probably came in through June, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, they have family here, did have family here in Glasgow. I don't know if they have any more left or not.
Well, we probably need to do a little research on that. You think there, Shirley?
Might.
Need to figure it out. Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing. See, that wasn't bad, was it?
No, not too bad.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And I knew somebody, if we had a connection right here with Mother Maybell and the rest of the Carter family, somebody would know that. And Shirley, we are very much appreciative of you calling in and letting us know about that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Bye. Shirley Milam, she says, yeah, the Mother Maybell had family here, so she came to town and got to see a little family. All right. That's one of the fun parts about the archives. We jog the memory of folks who remember a lot of things. You heard that Little Caesars commercial, didn't you? So we're going to ask a trivia question, and we're going to see who's going to win Friday morning trivia. We've been doing First Time Winners Week right here, and let's see if we can come up with a winner today on Friday local trivia here on WCLU. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. I want you to name the famous steak sauce that was created by the head waiter at the Penn Dentist Club in Louisville. This guy was the head waiter at the Penn Dentist Club in Louisville for 40 years. And they named a famous steak sauce after him. All right. Can you tell me the name of that famous steak sauce? Let me see here. I thought I saw the phone ringing, but people are still thinking about it. Yeah, I'm using this as local trivia because it's a worldwide known steak sauce, but it was named after a waiter in Louisville. Trivia?
I was going to say A1.
No, not A1. Good.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
thought, though. Thank you. Trivia.
Heinz 57?
No, it wasn't Heinz 57. This is the name of the waiter. Trivia. Nope. That's all right. You've heard of this, I know, but I know I heard of it. I never did actually connect it with Louisville until I was preparing for today. This is a famous steak sauce that's named after a waiter in Louisville who worked at the Penn Dentist Club for 40 years. Trivia.
Worcestershire.
No, not Worcestershire. Not old Worcester. The Rooster. Trivia.
Worcestershire sauce?
No, not Worcestershire. You've seen this on menus because it's a Louisville favorite. Trivia.
Henry Bain sauce.
That's what it is. Who is this speaking?
Chrissy Cofield.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, Henry, and yourself?
Doing fine. Now, let me ask you, Chrissy, have you ever had Henry Bain sauce?
I think I have,
Uh-huh.
but I really can't say for sure.
Well, you know, go ahead.
It's served at Churchill Downs a lot, and maybe did he even work at Churchill Downs some, or I'm not
Well,
sure.
he probably did. He worked at the Penn Dentist Club. Now, it says here he lived from 1863 to 1928, one of the first employees, and eventually the head waiter at the Penn Dentist Club, which was founded in 1881. He's credited with creating his namesake sauce for steaks and the local game that animals were brought in by members for preparation. So, if you ever have a chance to, and I've seen it on menus at restaurants all around, get that such and such of a steak with a Henry Bain sauce.
Well, I will have to do that.
It's good because
I'll put that on the bucket list.
Yeah, put it on there because they get a bucket of it, okay? The Henry Bain sauce. All right?
Well, all right, Henry. That sounds great.
Okay, hang on. Let me get your address.
Have a wonderful day.
Let me get your address, Chrissy. Hang on. All right. It's Henry Bain sauce. That's it. The Henry Bain sauce it's worldwide fame. But it was developed in Louisville by the head waiter of the Penn Dentist Club. We'll play Monday. Thank y'all so much. Thanks to Chrissy Cofields.
Good morning from Forever Communications. WCLU Glasgow, W276VO Glasgow, WLLI Muffordville, WLYE Glasgow, W253BN Glasgow. Good morning live.
CBS News Brief. Sure, they're used to winter storms in Buffalo, but that's the sound of thunder snow pelting the city overnight. Mayor Byron Brown.
It is going to be an intense, heavy snowstorm, not typical for what we get in Buffalo and Western New York at all.
They're expecting as much as 6 feet. Driving's been banned. North Korea's fired another intercontinental ballistic missile, this one landing near Japanese waters, while Pacific Rim leaders meet in Bangkok, among them Vice President Kamala Harris.
We strongly condemn these actions, and we again call for North Korea to stop further unlawful, destabilizing acts.
A bummer for beer drinkers headed to the World Cup. Qatar has just reversed course and banned alcohol sales at stadiums. The tournament begins Sunday. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Injuries and illnesses that require immediate attention can happen anytime, any day of the week. That's why TJ Urgent Care is open daily, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Their team of doctors and nurse practitioners are highly trained in caring for your family's urgent health care needs. With on-site lab, radiology, and pharmacy, TJ Urgent Care provides the ultimate convenience. No appointment is needed, and TJ Urgent Care is open 7 days a week. TJ Urgent Care, located at the TJ Health Pavilion in Glasgow. TJ Urgent Care, total local care.
At Metro by T-Mobile, you can save more. Choose from the largest selection of free 5G phones from brands you love, like Samsung, with one line of unlimited 5G for $40, period. Taxes and fees included. That's the lowest price in prepaid. Switch now and get both to save more, only at Metro. If congested, the fraction of users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile due to prioritization. Video streams in SD requires eligible port-in. See store for details.
This is Jordan Smith for WCLU, here with all of your local news stories. Payouts will soon head to certain healthcare workers who applied for premium payments across Barron County. With more on this story, here is WCLU News Director Brennan Crane.
Magistrates of the Barron Fiscal Court approved Thursday in a special meeting payments for 458 local health care workers to receive $950 each. Contracts expected to be sent to 44 different employers. They were also approved.
And as soon as they sign them and get them back, the checks can be issued.
That's Krista Steenbergen, who's a grant consultant to the fiscal court. Magistrates agreed to put forth $1 million toward the local health care sector from funding provided to the county through the American Rescue Plan Act. An initial round of payments, they went to a handful of healthcare workers earlier this year, but a decision by magistrates earlier this summer, it reopened the application process since many did not receive those payouts. Steenbergen says over 900 names have accrued on a spreadsheet since the application reopened back in August. Of those, 458 have been approved for premium pay. That application process, it closed October 11th.
We don't want it just sitting out there forever and ever. We want it to do the good that it's supposed to do. So they may put a deadline on that. I'm not sure.
Now, because the premium payments are subject to payroll taxes, healthcare employers, they will receive a lump sum of the money from the county government to then distribute to their employees eligible for the payouts. Contracts, they've been drafted for each of the 44 employers whose employees submitted applications. Those contracts, they were expected to be given to employees as soon as Thursday afternoon and will require employers to agree to use that money that the county gives them to pay those employees eligible for the payouts. A list, it'll be provided to employers so they know which employees are supposed to receive the money. Those payouts, they could be applied to individual checks as soon as the last pay period of the year. In Glasgow, I'm Brennan Crane for WCLU Local News.
Employees of pharmacies, doctors' offices, assisted and long-term care facilities, urgent care offices, among others, are expected to receive a cut of this money. In other news, a Barron County woman has been arrested on drug-related charges. On Wednesday, an officer with the Glasgow Police Department observed a white Ford F-150 traveling on Louisville Road with its license plate not illuminated. According to a police report, the officer initiated a traffic stop and confirmed the driver had an active warrant for her arrest. After the driver gave verbal consent to search the vehicle, the officer would locate a glass pipe containing suspected methamphetamine. Sierra Jesse would be placed under arrest and lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Along with her active warrant, Jesse is also charged with her rear license plate not being illuminated, failure of license to be in her possession, failure to produce an insurance card, and first-degree possession of a controlled substance. And for those like me who are already getting into the Christmas spirit, why not come out to light up Cave City on Broadway and 2nd Street from 4 to 6 p.m. tonight and experience some early holiday cheer. There will be face paintings available along with Christmas vendors, caroling, carriage rides, cookies, and hot chocolate will also be on hand for everyone to enjoy. A chili supper will be provided by the Caverna High School Key Club, and elementary school students will have the opportunity to hand-deliver their wish list to Santa Claus. You might even have an opportunity to ride with Father Christmas in the upcoming parade. Once again, this will take place in Cave City beginning at 4 p.m. today. Just be sure to leave all the Grinches and Scrooges at home. This has been Jordan Smith for WCLU. Stay tuned for more news from around the Commonwealth coming up after this.
Most people will hesitate before planning a funeral in advance. The funeral? We'll arrange that when the time comes. But there's a lot to be said for advance planning. For one thing, you have the peace of mind of knowing that your arrangements have all been made. You can consider the options when your mind is clear, and you'll have the relief of knowing that your loved one will be well cared for. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
Attention home buyers and homeowners. If you're shopping for a mortgage or considering refinancing your home, call one of Kentucky's top mortgage lenders, South Central Bank. Recognized as the area's best mortgage company, they're ready to help you walk through the borrowing process, step by step, with experienced lenders and a full range of loan solutions that suit your budget. South Central Bank can help make your dreams become reality. Contact them today. You can even apply online at southcentralbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Jordan Smith for WCLU, here with more news from around the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Officials say Kentucky's lawyer disciplinary system will be reviewed next month by an American Bar Association committee. The Kentucky Supreme Court and the Kentucky Bar Association said in a joint statement that they requested the review in an effort to create more efficiency, ensure due process, and protect both the public and the integrity of the legal profession. The review in December will evaluate the current system, and a report with any recommended changes will be submitted to the Supreme Court next spring. The statement said the last significant changes to the lawyer disciplinary system were made about 20 years ago. In other news, the superintendent of Cumberland Gap National Historical Park has been named to the same post at New River Gorge National Park and Preserve in West Virginia. The New River Gorge announced that Charles Sellers will also manage Gauley River National Recreation Area and Bluestone National Scenic River in southern West Virginia. Sellers said he looks forward to the new role, which he's expected to begin after the new year. Sellers previously was superintendent of Andersonville National Historic Site. He also had roles at Tennessee's Fort Donelson National Battlefield and National Cemetery, as well as Big Fork National River and Recreation Area and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky has been reelected as Republican leader, quashing a challenge from Senator Rick Scott of Florida. Scott was the Senate GOP campaign chief, and he has been criticized over his party's midterm election failures. Republican senators reelected McConnell on Wednesday by a vote of 37-10, with one other senator voting present. After the vote, McConnell said he's, quote, proud to be reelected. He's poised to become the longest-serving leader when the new Congress convenes in the new year. Scott's challenge came amid fallout from the midterms when Republicans failed to take the Senate majority. And finally, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says he's confident he's on solid legal ground in allowing Kentuckians suffering from severe conditions to legally possess medical marijuana. The Democratic governor on Thursday defended that as a viable alternative to addictive medications in a state ravaged by the opioid crisis. Beshear's comments followed a backlash from prominent Republicans. They say Beshear overstepped his legal authority with the executive order he signed on Tuesday. The order will enable Kentucky residents to possess up to 8 ounces of medical marijuana for use for specified medical conditions, provided the cannabis is purchased legally in other states. This has been Jordan Smith for WCLU News.
Hey, this is Chef Danny with the Fine Arts Bistro, located on the square in downtown Glasgow, Kentucky. We are open for breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Saturday brunch from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Our well-rounded menu has something for everyone. Omelets to biscuits, homemade sausage gravy. We have creative and delicious sandwiches to crisp and refreshing salads. Fine Arts Bistro uses local ingredients, homemade recipes, and has a seasonal menu to make sure its dishes are new and exciting. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram to find out more about the Fine Arts Bistro.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The FBI is now investigating for a possible civil rights violation by Hardin County deputies and a Kentucky State Trooper regarding dash cam video, which has just surfaced involving a high-speed chase and subsequent treatment of the driver over 2 years ago. Joshua Tyler is the driver. Tyler's father, Joseph, admits to WOKY-TV his son shouldn't have run. But
we do not disagree or despite the fact that he is wrong for running. We despite the fact that once he was there not posing a threat, they had no reason to hit him and keep hitting him like that.
In a release by the Louisville office, the FBI reports it is aware of the video and evaluating the facts. Joshua Tyler pleaded guilty to several charges after the incident, and since he's a repeat offender, he is in prison for 10 years. Governor Beshear is responding to Republican criticism of his executive order on medical cannabis.
Starting January 1st, Kentuckians with a select number of chronic conditions can possess up to 8 ounces of medical marijuana purchased legally in one of the 37 states that allow it. That was met with criticism from Republican lawmakers, claiming Beshear does not have the authority to issue such an order.
I'm more than confident that we have
the authority. And I wish those that claim that they were for medical marijuana would actually step up and be for medical marijuana. When you let your dislike of a person cloud your judgment so much that it gets in the way of the people that you claim to want to help, it's time to step back and rethink.
I'm Haley Hansen.
Wildcats basketball is back to winning ways. The University of Kentucky men's team won in Lexington last night in a blowout victory over South Carolina State. The Cats won 106-63, bouncing back from their first loss of the season earlier in the week against Michigan State. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Becco's new line of dishwashers feature Corner Intense, the first sprayer that cleans all the way to the corners. Becco achieves this performance using 50% less water and 25% less energy than U.S. standards for dishwashers, which is why when you choose Becco, you not only get cleaner dishes, but you're making the planet cleaner too. Save energy and money with gift card rebates up to $200 on eligible models until December 31st. Visit Becco.com for more details. That's BEKO.com.
This is Ernie Johnson Jr. Sports is about overcoming obstacles, and college coaches work hard to help young men overcome Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's called Coach to Cure MD, and you can help. Text the word CURE to 501-501 to donate $25 on your next mobile phone bill, or go online to CoachToCureMD.org. Text the word CURE to 501-501. Help coaches cure MD.
Brought to you by the American...
Good morning live from WCLU. It is 30 degrees. It's a chilly old 30 degrees out there, but the forecast says, hey, if you like 30 degrees, wait till tonight when it's 19. So enjoy the 30-degree part right here, okay? At 7:25, it's the holiday spirit around here, and we want everybody to be getting ready for Light Up Glasgow, which is going to be a week from tonight. And we have to give us the scoop on Light Up Glasgow. It's Miss April Russell with the Department of Public Works here in the city of Glasgow. April is a Christmas sort of a girl, I think, because you like all the decorating, don't you?
Yes, we're super excited about it this year.
And you've got, I'm really anxious to see, well, I mean, we've got a week, but I got to say that the project that the Department of Public Works undertook downtown with changing the planters out and the new concrete and all those kind of things that I don't even know the name of what they call them, it's really going to be a different and a festive look, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and they have done a fantastic job. Luxury did a fantastic job for us, and we're thrilled with it.
Well, so let's just say we're going to have a beautiful, newly remodeled courthouse square.
Yes.
And then what's going to happen, April?
Light Up Glasgow is going to happen next Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, however you want to look at it, at 5 o'clock right there in front of the courthouse. We are going to have the Glasgow Middle School Choir is going to come and sing us some songs. Soma is going to come tease us with the Nutcracker and show us some of that. We are going to have Santa and Mrs. Claus. They are going to come, and you bring your camera so you can get your picture with them. He will have the mailbox there, so bring your letter so you can go ahead and get that taken care of.
He's a patient fella, too, isn't he?
He absolutely is. We're super excited. C&D Concessions is going to be there. They're going to have sweet treats. They're going to have hot chocolate, coffee, things like that for sale. So you can sit down there, warm up, eat something. Some of the downtown shops, I believe, are going to stay open. So this is kind of a springboard into small
Business Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't come up with numbers.
No, there's a lot of neat ideas. I love the promotions. I love the fact that we're coming up with ways to get folks to an event, a reason, a reminder to come and be a part of the downtown. And I got to tell you, y'all are doing some teasing up there because of even though Light Up Glasgow is coming up next Friday, like the new lights on the poles and stuff like that, it's really looking good. It's pretty festive out there already, and we haven't got to lighten it up yet, have we?
It is. The Parks and Rec Department has started on their lights. EPB is going to come Monday, and we're going to hang all the wreaths and have everything ready. The Garden Club is fixing their baskets for the square.
My goodness.
The Renaissance Committee actually supports and puts on Light Up Glasgow. The county, Dennis Profit and them are starting to decorate the courthouse lawn. So everybody's working together, and it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I really think it's going to be. And, of course, this year with the changes around the square, people have just got to come see it because it won't look like it did last year because it's totally different from last year.
Absolutely. We're super excited about it and can't wait.
So let's give them some times to work with, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to start, or this is going to start
At 5 o'clock.
at 5 p.m. And what's going to be the first thing on the agenda?
I believe the Glasgow Middle School Choir will be
Okay.
first, and then
Okay.
we'll see the Nutcracker. Then we'll light the trees and things to that nature. Of course, if they want to come a little bit early, C&D will be set up and ready to go ahead so they can get in line and then get their seat for everything.
Well, there's a lot of hustle and bustle anyway, and of course it'll be the day after Thanksgiving, so there'll be a lot of hustling and bustling. A lot of folks maybe have that day off, and maybe they'll be free to move around. And I think you just need to plan on bringing the whole family. Make it a family event. Start a new family tradition,
Yes.
taking the whole family downtown for Light Up Glasgow.
And if you have family in town, come showcase.
That's right. Say, hey, look, hey, Uncle Joe, you grew up here 40 years ago.
Yes.
Come downtown. Let me show you what's down here. I think that's great. Now, if anybody has any questions about what the rules are, or maybe there's a vendor or a food truck or somebody wants to know how to get registered, how do they do that, April?
They're welcome to call me at 270-651-5977. They can call Kevin Mott
Yeah.
at 659-0661. He's up at Planning and Zoning, and he is part of the Renaissance Committee.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being here today because Light Up Glasgow is going to be a big enough deal. We need a week to talk about it.
Absolutely.
So let's just keep reminding people about it. Anything else we need to talk about? Any other, April is here for all kinds of reasons, from closing the square to opening the square to rebuilding the square to other things too.
That's correct. We've got lots coming up. The
Okay.
next weekend is the Christmas parade, so
That's
we've
right.
got to be prepared for that also.
Pretty exciting.
Yes.
April, thanks for being here this morning, okay?
Thank you.
It's 7:30 on WCLU Good Morning Live, and we are at 30 degrees.
The response has been overwhelming. $10 memberships at Workout Anytime are on fire. The offer has been extended, but get it while you can. If you want to upgrade to the premium package, you'll get all the perks. Access to the tanning beds, the sauna, and hydro massage. Stop by for a tour and see the new and updated equipment at Workout Anytime. Work out when you want with 24/7 access. Join today for $10 a month or ask about the BOGO special for a limited time only at your local Workout Anytime.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Good morning, friends. When the temptation arises to think of the Bible as no longer relevant to today's fast-changing society, remember that God's Word does not need changing in order to be relevant to today's world, but rather it is today's world which needs to change in order to align with God's Word. There are no new sins, just old ones dressed up in a different suit of clothes. Man's eternal problem is the sin problem, lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, and pride of life. Human nature as it has always been, and men and women do as they have always done. In the midst of this dark swamp shines one eternal light, Jesus the Christ. He alone is our hope. His unchanging, wonderful word has the power to guide us to that promised land. One eternal problem, one eternal answer. Jesus, the Word of God. Son of God became a man so that men might become sons of God. But the more things change, the more we need to hold on to those things which do not. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. Dot-com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard switching to Medi-Share to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medi-Share works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 844-53-BIBLE. That's 844-53-BIBLE. 844-53-BIBLE.
Good morning live and happy birthday live. That's right. We're at 7:35 on WCLU and the Big Willie. And we've got names we need to add to the birthday list. In fact, I've added so many I lost the list. Hang on a second right here. Today, we need to tell you about Leslie Spradlin. Yes, Leslie Spradlin. We got a number with this one, Leslie. Happy 36th birthday to Leslie Spradlin today. Shane Vaughn celebrates. It's Laura Worthington Harris has a birthday today, too. My sweet daughter-in-law, Dr. Elizabeth Combs Royce, has a birthday today, too. Anna Lessenberry is 17. Jared Elmore. It's Megan Reeves Graham. Jerry Rutledge on the birthday side. Anniversary-wise, we've got a 32. The Rose and Clifton Smith anniversary is today for their 32nd. And the 22nd anniversary is Jimmy and Ann Phelps. Can you believe it's 22 years? That is true. Now, let's look at Saturday, where we know that Miss Dean Barrick celebrates. Also, Christy Bunch, Glenn Barrick, Gary Edmonds, Peggy Edmonds, Ben Kemplin, who is 53. Ben Jesse has a birthday. Tommy Ross, Jordan Jewell, Miss Grace Watkins. We understand that Miss Grace, one of the finest cooks you would ever want to meet. Miss Grace is 94 today. Now let's look at the Sunday list right here. We know that Mary Hall Goodman and Dennis Bull are celebrating. Emily Jesse. Jackson Shirley is 3. I like this. First cousins who are 16. First cousins born on the same day. Shyla Houchins and Braden Houchins, both of whom are turning 16 today. There's got to be a celebration in there somewhere. Carolyn Deckard is 78. Clayton Jones is 14. Miss Julia Curd and Mr. Albert Dilly on the Sunday birthday list. Let me get all these papers right here. I got lots of notes. I think I've transferred. No, I have not, because I didn't tell you about Larry and Virginia Settle. That might be Larry on the phone right now telling me I messed up his anniversary. Because on Saturday, Mr. Larry and Miss Virginia Settle have been married 50 years on Saturday for Larry and Virginia Settle. I forgot to get that transferred over there, so I better double check, make sure there wasn't somebody else that I messed up right there. I got Leslie Wilson, didn't I? That's right. Birthday on Sunday, yeah. He and I went to school together our whole lives. And Leslie Wilson On Sunday, okay. Today it is, by special request, Gary Edmonds Day on the radio. If you happen to see Gary Edmonds around town, he's got a birthday on the Sunday. So if you happen to see Gary Edmonds around today, the thing to do is pat him on the back, remind him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and A Little Taste of Texas. We're going to draw in a minute for the dinner at A Little Taste of Texas from our weekly Good as Gold honorees. So hang on for that, won't you please?
Ugh, why is this thing so slow?
Is your slow computer frustrating, but you don't want to pay the money for a new one? Well, check this out.
Hi, I'm Chris from Apollo PC. Nothing runs better than a new computer. Our refurbished models are practically good as new. Right now, get a complete computer system with monitor, keyboard, mouse, and speakers running Windows 7 for only $300. Or if you prefer a laptop, we have fully refurbished models for only $250. And we wouldn't put the Apollo name on it if they weren't top-notch.
Search faster with Apollo PC. Chain Drive in Glasgow next to Sweetheart Bakery.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
Babbel's interactive lessons are created by real language teachers and voiced by real native speakers using a modern conversation-based method. So in no time, you can start speaking confidently about real-life topics in another language.
Nosotras vamos a México en 2 días y ahora hablamos español. Gracias, Babbel. Sí, muchas gracias.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Good morning, live here from WCLU. We are going to, I tell you what I'm going to do. We got to get this Opry clue out here in a couple of minutes. Don't worry, James. James is like going to slap those headphones on there because I gave the Opry clue by myself yesterday, and I'm not a good Opry clue giver. So when we get here in just a couple of minutes, James will give that third clue, and somebody's going to win 2 tickets to the Grand Ole Opry. You know, I don't know, James, if you heard on the archives talking about Mother Maybelle being here and people calling up and talking about her kinfolks. We got a lot of Opry fans around here, so we are looking forward to that. But I'm going to get my hat over here. I've got, hold on. That's the football scoreboard for tomorrow. I don't need that till the games are played. Hold on. Here we go. Digging around. We got this size 9.5 Ken Lane Memorial Texas hat. It says right there, if you can see it, it says Made in Texas. And I can just still see Ken Lane wearing this hat. But we're going to dig down in here and pull out one name of the 5 who are nominated to be good as gold this week, and they get a dinner at a Little Taste of Texas. And that's just icing on the cake, so to speak. Miss Nellie Pickett folds these things up about as good as gluing them. Lois Norman, who was good as gold yesterday. I think it was her 90th birthday yesterday. She was nominated to be good as gold. She has won dinner at Texas. Congratulations. Remember how to submit those nomination forms. People are good about that. A place where you can write a little something nice about somebody, but it's online at WCLUradio.com. Check it out. Here at Hurt Auto Sales, Bobby Lee Hurt, everybody says, well, you can't find cars, and cars are too high. And I say, you've been looking in the wrong place, because Hurt Auto's got the cars, and they got them at the price you want to pay.
That's right, Henry. We just got some in. A 2018 Nissan Rogue, all-wheel drive, nice size SUV, $16,900. 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan. It has a DVD player, lots of room, only $9,900. 2013 Cadillac ATS, four-door sedan, local trade, red with tan leather, sunroof, low miles, price for just $16,900.
Pretty one, too.
Yes, it is. Got an 07 Ford Sport Track, extra clean, four-door truck, price to sell at $8,900.
That sounds like something to be fun to drive.
It is fun to drive, and a fine-looking automobile.
Hurt Auto Sales, they've got what you're looking for, because they spend their days looking for what you're looking for next. Come up and let 2 and 2 hook up here at Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street. What a great selection.
No pain when you trade with Hurt.
The traditional Christmas open house at Jeff's Country Florists and Gifts continues with a big Christmas celebration November 18th and 19th. Stop in, be jolly, and say hi. Also bring your camera for free pictures with Santa from 1 to 3 on the 19th. Enjoy refreshments and 30% off the entire store both days, Friday, November 18th, 9 to 7, and Saturday, November 19th, 9 to 3 at Jeff's Country Florist and Gifts, 4911 Scottsville Road in Glasgow.
At Metro by T-Mobile, you can save more. Choose from the largest selection of free 5G phones from brands you love, like Samsung, with one line of unlimited 5G for $40, period. Taxes and fees included. That's the lowest price in prepaid. Switch now and get both to save more, only at Metro. If congested, the fraction of users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile due to prioritization. Video streams in SD requires eligible port-in. See store for details.
James Coates here. Join me Monday through Friday mornings at about 8:30 for the Houchins Lucky Name program, followed by 15 minutes of Southern gospel music. We call it Southern Gold. We play the oldies for you, the old classics, hymns of the church, and some new Southern gospel artists as well. And a little bit of bluegrass gospel too. Monday through Friday, immediately following the Houchins Lucky Name program, right here on WCLU, 1490 AM and 103.1 FM.
Good morning, live WCLU. Let's see here. I need to tell you about Billy Bracey. Mr. Bill Bracey, what a fine gentleman. He has served this community for a great number of years. Bill involved in the industrial world. Bill been involved in the airport board. And today, Mr. Bill Bracey, y'all, is 98 years young. Congratulations, Bill Bracey, 98 years young. I want to get that birthday on there as well. Next hour, we draw for the birthday cake from Dairy Queen, and we then also draw from a list of folks who are here on the birthday list to maybe win a beautiful rose from down at Greer's Florist.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, there you are. I didn't have any, yesterday you weren't here.
No, I was under the weather yesterday.
And so I had to have, we never did. Brendan Crane tried to play a bell, but it was like a fight bell. It was like, now in the ring, ding, ding, ding.
It's right here.
So here, it's right there. The long arm won't reach. So ding that bell one more time, James.
We're ready.
Right, there we are. Did you hear that, Jordan?
I heard it.
All right. So
dinner bell, actually.
Is that what that is?
Bell, I guess.
It's a help me bell.
Yeah, but you see, you've got all those. We have all those episodes of What's Cooking to know what you think of a dinner bell.
Yes.
That's his call.
That's my morning alarm. That's my dinner bell. That's my alert on my phone.
I can see Jordan at 4:30 in the morning. Time to get up.
Out in the world, people refer to Jordan as that boy that likes to eat.
That's what. At least I'm known for something. There's worse things to be known as.
I don't take that as a bad statement.
Could be your next spokesman for Life cereal.
That's right.
I will.
Mikey will eat it. Okay, first things first. We got there was an unqualified person yesterday giving the Opry clue, which was me. So now James is back to work.
Sure, you did fine.
So you can. Don't you have an intro for that?
I do, and you know, this is First Time Winners Week.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a First Time winner only.
Okay.
So if you've ever won Opry in the history of Willie, you can't win today.
Well, I have never won. So maybe.
Not you. You work here.
Well, hey, I've got the answer back here, Jordan, if you want to come back here.
He may have peeked at my nose.
No, I don't think so.
Well, the clues are provided by the Opry, not me.
That's
so.
right. The GOP.
That's right. So First Time winner only this week, and we're going to take the third caller.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go, and it's real simple, but we'll take the third caller at 651-9149 or 629-4941. Here you go, and this just nails it down.
Okay.
This artist has hits, and that include Elvira. Elvira. Okay.
Oh, wait. That was too much of a clue, Jordan.
And another big hit, Y'all Come Back Saloon, and countless others. They'll be at the Opry this week, along with Brothers Osborne, Lorna Lane, and many, many others. So, third caller, first time winner only.
There's more than that ringing.
Yeah, here we go. Your caller 1, try again. Hello, you're caller number 2, try again. Here we go. The Big Willie, are you a first time winner?
I am.
Okay. Do you want a shot at this? Go right ahead. Who are we talking about this week?
The Oak Ridge Boys.
Yes, of course.
Papa Mau Mau.
Yeah, Papa Mau Mau. You left one out.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, so you're pretty excited. You're going to the Opry for the first time.
Yeah. Well, I've been to the Opry, but not this way.
Okay.
Loophole.
The first free
That's
time,
about
maybe.
the most diplomatic thing that's been on this show today.
What's your name?
I paid for the tickets before. I didn't win them. I was not a winner.
Free this time. What's your first name?
My first name is Linda.
Linda. Okay, Linda. I'm going to put you on hold and get the rest of your information, and we'll get you to Opry, okay? You just stand by here.
All right, thank you.
All right, Henry, back to you.
That's right, Linda. All right, glad to have Linda on there. And, you know, when I interviewed William Lee Golden about a month or so ago when they were coming up here with the Goldens at the Plaza, and I just enjoyed being on the phone talking about, you know, the Oak Ridge Boys because, you know, they were together and then they kind of split up and he was on his own, but they never could really do so well as when they all got back together. So he's on his own, but he's also spending a great number of play dates each year with the Oak Ridge Boys on the road.
Oh, that's excellent.
They are an excellent group indeed. Okay, we've got, let's see, I'm watching James over there. He's getting down Linda's name and information. So I'm going to, I got a couple of stories here I want to share with you. Actually, since we were doing country music, I'm going to come back in. James, are you back over there?
I'm back, yes,
okay,
sir.
Well, I was going to since we're connecting country music and the Opry, the howling sound that you might be hearing this morning is the sound of Taylor Swift fans.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
After hearing that Ticketmaster canceled the today's planned general sales tickets for her stadium tour. Oof. Have you heard about this?
No, I have not.
Ticketmaster announced yesterday it just doesn't have enough tickets after it sold a record-setting 2 million tickets on Tuesday's pre-sale.
You know what some of those tickets were going for?
Well, I'm sure it's like
$50,000.
This is only going to make them rise up some more. The company also reported extraordinarily high demands on its ticketing systems, both from people trying to buy tickets and from robot attacks.
Wow.
Ticketmaster says about 1.5 million fans were invited to purchase tickets through its verified fan program. Another 2 million are on the waiting list after one day.
You talk about success. That young lady has it.
Boy, I mean, you know, it's uncertain how many tickets are left and how they will be sold. The tour begins March 17th in Glendale, Arizona.
I never sold that many tickets playing bluegrass.
Well, I mean, you could. But, you know.
Maybe Alison Krauss.
I mean, she's a fascinating character. You know, and I have some friends at the Nashville Airport, which is where Taylor's office is.
Yeah.
Her office is in an airport hangar.
Airport.
My
That's
goodness.
Right. She doesn't, you know, hey, I ain't going downtown. I got somewhere to be. So I'm at the airport. Anyway,
Wow.
I want to share that with you.
That's global, universal success.
Unreal.
All right. Now, I got a couple more real quick tidbits right here. We don't want to get too far behind, but y'all, this is a perfect story for y'all. Well, I do have Mutt and Jeff together this morning, you know, on the show.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Jordan's reaction.
Okay.
Okay, listen up, y'all. A team of researchers at the University of British Columbia working with 2 wealthy donors has found, and you know what I need to do? Hang on. I just must get over here and find my useless tidbit research intro.
Yeah, we can always sing it if you need it.
This is useless.
Useless tidbit research, useless tidbit research. When you look at all the facts, it don't mean jack. It's useless tidbit research.
Now here's
That
the
should be
useless
my theme song,
that's right.
honestly.
That's right. Okay, here's the research, y'all. Listen up. The study has found that transferring money from rich people to poor people can increase the level of happiness reported by the poor people.
Poor people.
Okay.
You don't say.
Is that an absolutely
That's genius.
earth-shattering fact?
Nobel Prize right there.
Exactly right. To measure the impact, these researchers enlisted the assistance of 2 wealthy donors. These 2 people who have obviously too much money to think about it, they donated $2 million to study the portions of that money that were distributed to the subjects. 200 people were given $10,000 each, with the stipulation that they had to report monthly on any changes in their level of happiness.
So they're proving that money does
That's
buy
right.
happiness.
That's right. Each was asked to fill out a final report 6 months later. Now, those chosen to receive the money lived in poor countries like Kenya and Indonesia, as well as rich countries like the U.S., Canada, and Australia. Each of the recipients were also asked to spend the entire gift within 3 months. Can you spend $10,000 between now and 3 months?
How about 1 week?
That's right. How about tomorrow?
There's a lot of bills that can be paid.
Exactly right.
They say money can't buy happiness,
That's
but
right.
it can buy things that make you happy.
Yeah, I've never cried in a Corvette before.
In studying the reports, the researchers found that the people living at the bottom of the economic scale reported much higher increases in happiness after receiving the cash than did those who were living higher up on the hog, so to speak. People living on salaries of over $123,000 a year reported very little change in their happiness level.
What would that be like?
What did that? Do you see how the definition useless tidbit research absolutely pays off?
It's perfect.
Let's sing it again. Sing it again.
Come on.
Here we go.
Useless tidbit research,
Yeah.
useless tidbit research. When you look at all the facts, it don't mean jack. It's useless tidbit research.
I was much younger when I sang that originally.
It didn't even sound like you.
That's
Henry.
right.
I can hear Ticketmaster right now.
Yeah.
Jacking those prices up.
That's right, they are.
Henry Royce
Man.
Houston's tidbit research song.
All right, and I'm going to wrap it up with this story because this is a public service story right here. This has nothing to do with anything that's not serious, but it's the time of year that we need to think about it. And we've had incidents like this around here, but I just want to remind everybody. This is Dateline, Mason City, Iowa. Authorities say a house fire that killed 4 children in northern Iowa was caused by an electrical power strip.
Wow. Probably overloaded.
The blaze was early Wednesday morning in Mason City, Iowa. Firefighters arrived. They found flames on the first and second floors of a 3-story home, which was built in the 1880s. Fire officials say the blaze started in a power strip on the main floor. That's, you just, because it's a power strip doesn't mean it can provide enough power for whatever that hog is you're plugging into.
That's right.
So just, as it gets colder, 19 degrees is going to be the low tonight. And you might be wanting to turn on that space heater.
Yeah.
But
and go to sleep.
Don't plug it in. Plug it directly into a known, outlet that's on a regular breaker, not on a power strip that's coming through a regular breaker that's got its own regular breaker that's not big enough to take care of whatever you're plugging into it.
That's how it happens.
That is how it happens, and so I just think you need to be smart and look at that power strip, y'all.
Absolutely.
So there we have it. We have,
but they got their, their alarm clock plugged in, maybe even a coffee pot like me by the bed.
Well,
and
I'll tell you what, there's I've been involved in electricity all of my life. There's a big difference in the power draw of a coffee pot and an alarm clock.
Yeah.
I can tell you. Several amps.
And a space heater.
That's right. So don't, of course, here the thing is, the thing that nobody wants to give up is that little cube that charges your iPhone.
Yeah.
That doesn't draw a lot of current, but still.
Not even supposed to charge those overnight. But most of us do.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
But Henry, the average person never thinks about when they plug in which breaker is going to overheat if I do this?
Yeah.
You know, somebody like you who's an engineer, you're thinking, where's this power coming from? What size breaker is that drawing from? You know, most people don't think that way, or I don't anyway.
Well, you know, I like. There is such a thing as a smell test.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can smell heat.
You can.
From electrical wires. But I don't want to scare anybody. But check it out tonight before you crank up some kind of a space heater and plug it into some less than. Well,
$5 at the dollar store.
That's right, man. It's going to be cold tonight. I'm going to get a $2 power strip here to make sure that I don't fall over the cord. Okay, we've talked enough. Thank y'all.
Awesome.
Tidbit News. There's a lot of lookers at Hurt Auto Sales in Glasgow.